Is there a second stage to this that I'm forgetting?
Yeah, but, now the comb bees and everybody are not leaving the caves until we go to the forest to run out the loggers or whatever it is that ran them out of their home in the first place.
Okay. Then yeah, the gym can wait.
That's that's why we have the little bee princess with us.
So it's been
Yeah,
it's been a minute.
Yeah.
I'll be buying potions. I'm just letting you know. I'm waiting for everything to load in order for me to actually put it on my sheet. Okay.
What I will be doing.
Pokemon.
Oh damn! Yeah, he gets a whole bunch of moves.
Yep. Suddenly he becomes useful.
Did he get stat points as they level?
You get 1 stat point per level. Yes.
Okay. So if he's at 5, he should have.
It's a level plus 10 should be your total stat points.
Can I have a number? Because that's math. My brain says no.
If you have not spent any Pokemon edges on him, you should have a total of 24 points to put in the allotted column.
Okay.
So your total. So all your.
That seems to be my level 5 already.
Yeah, it's like all your allotted stat points should total up to 24.
Just adding to my level 5.
Yeah, that would again level plus 10. So yeah, that would include your level 5. You currently have 3, 7. You currently have 15 in there, so you need to spend 9.
Okay.
Can people hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yep. Welcome. Well, I will say right now, I am mildly miffed.
You lost something?
Yes. All of my $Poké.
Oh shit.
Because I was planning on cooking up food for the Pokemon.
Well, you had a minimum of 1,667.
What is that?
I don't know what you had beyond that, but
I think I had like 1,200 more.
Okay.
I see. Is that a face?
So call it 2,867.
Why does it have 3 eyes?
Have shrimp. Thank you very much. Nobody's talking to me. Nobody's going to be in the house with me on Monday. It's just going to be game secret.
Good food. You should call it though.
Maybe when your numbers are good, Jack. Go ahead.
My numbers are almost good.
I'm having... What's that? You can't stop at the tasty crap. I'm having steak tomorrow. Okay. Only if I tell the doctor. You'd have to drive all the way up to my mama. Debbie's not gonna tell because I got dirt on her. So I gotta tell on her, so she's not doing that. She's not about that life right now. She knows better. She shouldn't have told me in the first place. I even said, "Did you mean to tell me this?" And then early this morning she said, "No, it went to the wrong person." Because she did something Mom told her not to do. She did it anyway.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, I can do that while we're waiting for stuff.
So what did I miss? You know, I think I've only been here for like 1 session.
Well, we've skipped a whole bunch of sessions, so you haven't missed much. Let's see.
Probably have to do some leveling, but that's about it.
Well, her leveling was already done. I've been keeping track of that for her, and having her tell me what to raise.
Yeah.
We went into the caves. We met the giant bee queen. She's a bitch. Not surprising. Her bees are kind of special, like short bus special. And in order to get them to leave the cave without beating the crap out of all of them, we have to go to where they were kicked out of by a bunch of loggers or something, and get the loggers to leave.
Oh, so pretty much an episode of Captain Planet.
Somewhere between an episode of Captain Planet and an episode of the Indigo League Pokemon series.
Hmm.
So yeah, basically we have to go beat up some loggers or something, and
It only affects me the first time, Matt. Second time it doesn't work. Wait, this thing is- $375? Well, I'm not putting the bread in just yet.
I'm dragging.
This session brought to you by everyone trying to get everything.
and say this session sponsored by technical difficulties.
I know, right?
That's
Somebody's
it.
gonna have to control me and mute me because I'm doing dishes and I'm cooking.
Okay, I've got the ability to do that.
Oh, yeah. We haven't gotten that far, so right now it's fine.
Yeah. GM,
Well, I'm
I've
giving you guys a heads up.
I've logged a survival roll for hunting for consumable stuffs.
Are you guys already on the road making your way?
Well, no, this is just I don't know what they're doing yet, but this is what I'm doing when we get up in the morning.
I am cooking up Brock-like snacks for the Pokemon. Though, or us, I guess we could eat it too.
Sierra, do you want to make a foraging roll for your fossil hunting, or are you good with the one fossil you got so far?
We'll forge. You never know what we might find. I haven't. I don't have one. Never mind. I haven't brought one yet.
Oh snap! I just thought of what I could do. Okay, the entire issue I've had about how can I get food scrap without it kind of being disgusting, unlike, people that deal with plants and stuff. So, you know what I would like to do after I'm done cooking? I would like to see if there are free sample stalls so I can collect food scraps.
Do I have enough to buy a fishing rod?
Those are expensive.
Let's see if I
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
Okay, I have updated your money. You have 2,700. Let me look up the fishing rod.
I think I cut my nails down too low because my fingernails just ripped from my thumb.
Ow.
Ew.
No, just the edges. Because I always cut down to the nubs, and that shit hurts. Like a lot.
As far as that goes, you can always buy food and turn it into scrap. That's also an option.
Well, at that point, I'm just I'm just using my money normally.
A high top.
It's not like everyone else who can literally, for zero money, make a roll and
True.
get scrap.
Let's see, an old rod is $1,000, so you can get the cheapest rod.
Fundraisers if he tells me to. If he asks me.
Yeah. Sierra, you can get the cheapest rod, the old rod, for $1,000.
Okay, let's do that. So I will scavenge for fossils, and then while I wait for people to get up, I will go fishing.
I just realized why he wouldn't have invited you.
So I'm a criminal.
Well, no. You've got other stuff going on.
Yeah, what you're thinking of is you can spend one key point to make this special attack twice as a bonus action.
I know I brought some, didn't I? I'm done with that. A successful one. Awesome. Yeah, my stomach is like revolting. So we should have gone with the shrimp.
Okay. One old rod added.
Hmm?
I said one old rod added.
Yay. Let's go fishing.
It's in theory capable of catching an unevolved Pokemon of level 10 or less.
I'm gonna say, going out and searching through the area, you do. I'm gonna say for Ron, you do see several. I'm gonna say you see several dig sites. A lot of this area has been looked through already. This is an excavation town, so it can be very difficult to find. I'm gonna say to find anything. It's not impossible, but given the area that you're in, unless you actually venture off, for it's pretty safe to assume that unless you venture off into a not so much uncharted, but into an area that isn't as commonly searched, i.e., you would pretty much have to leave a good chunk of the area of the town in order to be able to go find something.
Okay.
I'd say without a rather difficult goal. The farther away from town, the better chance you have of finding something.
Well, we're leaving town in a little bit here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just look on our way when we leave and stuff.
But yeah, closer to town that you are, the more difficult it is to find stuff.
Fair.
I'll say because unless you actually go into the mining facility, underground, then it's going to be kind of difficult for you to find anything around because it's kind of like that. What's that? You know, I'm gonna say. You remember? I'm gonna say. You know that place, that one where regular people go digging for diamonds, and whatever you find there, you get to keep.
No, I have no idea what the hell that is. But is there a place like that in real life, like for real?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna say there's a place where it's like, hey, you can come here and you can dig for diamonds, and if you can find them, you can have them because it's pretty much a large diamond deposit. But a lot of people, pretty much go digging there, and if they do find anything, 9 times out of 10, the diamonds they find are, complete shit and aren't worth anything. And I think like recently, within the past 3 years, somebody found like a diamond that was worth like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Oh, nice.
But for the most part, if you find a diamond, then the value of that diamond is basically worth the amount that like a really pretty piece of granite.
Okay. I know in Amelia they have a mine where you can go and dig up natural geodudes and stuff like that. They have natural amethyst. It's not altered by men. That's cool.
There's this shop in Carytown that sells that I'll say that has this one giant slab of it that's like almost 100 pounds of it, and it just sits in the corner of the shop, and they're like, yeah, you can buy this for $10,000.
Yeah, amethyst is not that expensive.
I think it's just
I
the sheer size of it, because the thing is based about the size of a door.
No, you could buy a tire size of amethyst for less than 10,000.
I don't know what, I can't remember what it is. What's the purple rock?
Amethyst. Well, I guess there might be other purple stones, but amethyst is the main one I know.
Like this super deep dark. It's like the super deep royal purple.
Yeah, it sounds like amethyst, but I don't know. There could be another purple rock. I don't know.
There are several purple rocks.
I just know about crystal. Purple rock, it doesn't do anything.
You get egg moves at what? 10 and 20?
You get it at level 20, and then every 10 levels thereafter.
Alright.
I don't know why.
I don't think
I don't need.
more edges or anything like that.
I guess I've already hurt my thumb enough.
When do we get the next ability? Is that at level 10?
Yeah.
No, that's
I believe
every 20 levels, I think.
If it's after. If we've eaten dinner already. No. We picked the pizza up on the way. We don't do delivery. There's no Amazon packages, none of that. It all goes to a PO box. I don't want my henchmen coming and pick up packages. That's my job. I'm supposed to say, oh, this is Tim. Give him a minute. Yeah. Well, see, she didn't know that. Very good regular security people. Tim, just watch your figure. Let me turn this off until I get back to the feet.
Alright, Haku is fixed.
Okay.
He doesn't have any features or anything, which I think is correct. But...
He should have one.
Oh, I get to pick one?
When you look at his sheet, there should be something called Basic Ability. You get one ability that would go in the features section.
Two abilities, nothing under features.
Oh, features. No, features are your classes. So yeah, he should have nothing under that.
Okay, that's what I thought. So, Haku is finally correct.
Joseph and... No, Joseph.
Haku, do you remember what level Starly was supposed to be?
Starly was level 2. I'll say I taken a snapshot and I remember trying to send it to you and it was like no.
No, that's fine. I'm just trying to get the basics put in.
Yeah.
Huh?
The correct you met that in.
Yeah. I tried to go out the back later.
I've been trying my best to no avail to fix this game of all the problems.
If they're old.
It's a primary problem being trying to get the motherfucking trying to get this motherfucking Pokemon thing to actually run. The Pokemon generator thing seems to want to be a complete dick. Like, what you talking about? You don't want to work.
Okay.
Okay, then.
Alright. Starly.
We're not a real app.
Well, let's say it's your
It's the Russian dude. Cold water just like stay away. There's nothing else to do.
Okay. So, there's like a Trinity thing, I assume?
I'm sorry, what?
I said, so you guys are traveling, I assume?
Yep. After people do their stuff in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay. While you all are off doing your thing, I'll say as you guys are heading out, Miranda is going to wave you all off. Goodbye. Good luck. Thank you again.
I'll I'll wave as as we are departing.
Alright. So you guys are making your way through they're making your way through this area. You're going through this kind of mountainous, foresty terrain.
Okay. I'll
You're.
So I was just gonna mention I'm gonna feed Alma a snack as we are traveling.
Alright.
Sorry, go on.
So you guys, as you are making your way through this mountainous area, I need sir. I'm gonna say the path seems to. I'm gonna say you are following the path, and as you are following that path, it seems to start becoming more broken up and distorted. A lot of the areas of the woods appear to be heavily damaged the closer you go in.
They didn't
I'll say some of the
Yeah,
trees
that's my
some
body.
seem to have been knocked over. The path starts becoming rather treacherous. Lots of I'll say obviously unnatural. Seems to have been heavily upended. If people want to make me a perception or people want to make a perception. You can do one of two things. You can either make a perception or a general education check.
Is it perception or what?
Perception or general education.
That's one. Wow. Haku has that many days and he still rolls crap.
Okay, so Sid, Laxus, Alma. Somehow not. Sid, Laxus, and Alma. This, I'll say, this area is heavily damaged. This area being as heavily damaged as it is, it looks, doesn't look like it's through doesn't look like it's through natural means. It doesn't look like it's through natural means. But but the amount of trees and everything that has been knocked over, um, heavily. I must say, it does look like it's going to. I must say, it does appear like it's going to make your way through here a bit more treacherous. Alma, however, with her amazing rules,
Her special eyes.
I'll say, does notice something. She does notice something that the rest of you don't, and i.e., helps you avoid something. A lot of what has been knocked over. This area does appear to be, I'll say, even though there are trees and busted ground, there do be there. She does seem to take notice what seem to be several traps that have been laid out throughout the wreckage of this area.
Hmm.
What is it? Traps? What kind of traps?
Like, there are trees that are knocked over. And if you were to try to, like, haphazardly just jump over the trees, there seems to be, like, I'll say, there's actually a pitfall. That seems to have branches and leaves strewn across it. So where if you just try to hop over the fallen trees or maneuver around them, you may have fallen in them.
Are these like anti-personnel traps, as in like people-sized, or are these more like anti-Pokemon traps, i.e., smaller or ridiculously larger?
You could easily, a large-sized Pokemon could easily fall into this.
Okay, so these are probably anti-Pokemon traps.
This could easily be for either a large Pokemon or for multiple people.
Okay.
There seem to be several of them strewn about. Also, you also happen to notice some her eyes do seem to catch notice of essentially what amounts to hazards. There appear to be some poison laced sharp rocks on the ground, almost acting as homemade caltrops. But yeah, you essentially have like some homemade caltrops on the ground. So with Alma's eyes, you guys are able to maneuver a bit slowly but safely around several pitfalls. Weakened trees that would have attempted to try to fall on you, and some spiked and some jagged caltrops. It does slow your progress a little bit, but you are unaffected by any of these hazards that have been laid out for you.
Judas Priest, who set all this up?
Hunters.
For Lantis and sorry. I'll say for Lantis and Sid, you do notice. Everything about this is made to look as if it is some sort of natural disaster, but these traps are designed to kind of weasel in along with it.
And
it doesn't seem to be designed to hurt. It doesn't seem to be designed to kill people or anything. It just seems to be to impede or harm them enough to where they have to turn back. So these seem to be deterrents.
So
You also know,
get her off your lawn.
essentially. I'm about to say, none of these are crippling, just like, oh man, I'm poisoned, I should probably go back to town, because your average person doesn't have, enough equipment to deal with this type of shit.
Okay.
Good eyes there, Elma.
She'll, without looking at you, she'll kind of nod with the, yeah, yeah. You guys make your way through the area. It is eerily quiet around here. One of the things that you notice, can I say, even though you usually have to look for them, or even take notice of them, you notice there's no Pokemon. You guys have been walking for quite a while.
Well, they've probably been run out of the area by all the traps.
I'll say, you notice there's no Pokemon, and the closer you go into this area, the weather seems to be changing.
Oh.
I'll say you start heading into this area. It kind of goes from being warm. I'll say kind of goes from being like a nice 70-degree day out, and the more you start going in, it feels a little chillier. Until you can gradually start to see your breath, and you start noticing on the trees there's some frost as you continue going, and eventually you find yourself trekking through some very light snow.
Could I have, when it started getting cold, could I have found like a safe downed branch or something to create a makeshift like torch for warmth more than light?
Sure.
Okay. Lattice does have a lighter in terms of like to ignite things, so.
It's essentially over the course of about 300 yards of walking, it has gone from 70 degrees to 30 degrees.
Well, this can't be good.
As you look back, and I'll say if you look back, the area behind you, the cold does not seem to be stretching out. It seems as if you are entering a frigid cold area.
Yep.
Can I make a Pokemon education roll to kind of determine the possible Pokemon that could cause such a wide-reaching effect?
I'm going with Ice type.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know. Yeah, generically an Ice type, but like you've seen some Ice types, they appear more capable of colding areas than others.
Yeah.
Roll the 10.
Okay. In your, I'll say, from what you know, only due to legends would you be able to think of any sort of Pokemon capable of causing geological effects, and have only been attributed to legends. Only thing you could possibly think of at the moment. First thing that comes to mind with that roll is Articuno.
Oh look,
Yeah.
Brian set us up for his rematch.
That was Moltres. That's the only type of Pokemon that you can that just comes to your head, but of course, that's not exactly tied to anything, like any sort of factual information. It's
Right.
But I'll say besides the general thing that like your grandparents would probably say, where it's like, oh yeah, when Articuno flies over, it's time for winter, or something like that.
Does anyone know Articuno has migration patterns that take it around Sinnoh.
Does a 14 Pokemon education answer that question?
You said what?
Does a 14 Pokemon education answer that question?
Mine is better. Hold on.
Nope.
Alright,
Right.
it's not I'm about to say it's not unheard of. People have I'm about to say these sightings of him. I'll say these sightings of it. I'll say the sightings of an Articuno aren't unheard of. But even if it was going to, it shouldn't be affecting an area like this. Um, the only thing you could think of would be if it is nested in this area, but it has no reason to nest in this area from what you've heard of. It seems to prefer. It does like mountainous. It does like mountain regions where people can't really supposedly get to it, but they do seem to prefer their isolation.
But boom.
Not so much being like making home in the forest. But flying over wouldn't cause a localized like some sort of localized ice storm.
So yeah, why is
It's
it?
the reason why they're at the top like really cold snowy mountaintops.
They do migrate periodically. This is a type of place they might do, but it seems unlikely.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're more likely to be at the top of the mountain than the base of them.
Isn't there just one Articuno?
No. There's more than one.
Really?
Yeah, I mean there aren't many. It's like the amount of Articuno in the world of Pokemon is probably like less than 10.
Okay, I legitimately did not know that.
I had
Yeah.
heard at one point that there was the legendary, a lot of the legendary species had one per region. I don't know if I put stock in that, but
I'll say some of the legendaries are considered to be there are absolutely one, like Ho-Oh and Lugia. There's one. Rayquaza and Rayquaza and um and all those ones. There's like one, but since they made more Pokemon, a lot of the quote legendaries got turned into either semi-legendaries.
Or was it
About-
mythical?
Yeah, I'll say become semi-legendaries, mythical, and then just like I'll say semi-legendaries, legendaries, and then mythical. Like there's more than one Celebi, and there's more than one Jirachi, and stuff like that. But but the chances of you finding them are, yeah, like Celebi is essentially a time cop. It's essentially Pokemon World expanded and they retconned a bunch of stuff. So, but yeah, somewhere between somewhere at least between 5 to 8 Articunos and Moltres and Zapdos.
possibly more.
Admittedly, 5 to 8 worldwide is still pretty small.
Still incredibly small, and I'll say the anime already shows that at least 2 people own an Articuno.
Well, I'm sure if we follow the cold, we'll eventually find the source. So zip them if you got them.
I'm gonna say with how cold things are getting, are people going to adjust their people going to do anything to adjust for the weather?
Zip up my jacket with my fire type Pokemon inside it.
Mm.
And
I have my torch of warming, and while I have images for like cold outfit lattice, he does not actually own cold weather gear. So I will just rely on my torch of warming.
I don't know if I own cold weather gear or not. The book doesn't say whether it's not. The book doesn't have an option for buying it. So
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say I have a coat because I make stuff.
as I my art has a coat.
Well,
So
I have a problem. I'm wearing a tank top with a button shirt and shorts.
I'll move my torch of warming over towards you.
Hey Brian, can I make a wall to make everyone a coat?
You're gonna have to stop.
Other type of girl.
We knew we were going into the cold, right?
no, this was a surprise.
You were originally.
Can I roll this many coats I might have had, considering it is part of my business to make clothes?
So what it sounds like is you're wanting to invoke anime rules.
Oh no, Brian. Since I sell clothes on the side because that's what she does, can I make a roll to see if I have more than one coat in my bag?
Sure.
As I had to check her shopping inventory.
You can check your shopping inventory.
What do I roll?
Roll me a. How big? Are you carrying like? Are you carrying like a backpacking through Europe type bag or?
Yeah, I have the big bag that is basically a bag of holding.
Not that you really need it with how Pokeballs work.
Oh,
Well, yeah.
oh, nice.
So make me a survival check.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna say survival because this game doesn't give you much. Survival to see whether you would have carried around winter fashion with you in the spring.
Well, I mean, I sell it, so that was more my thought.
But in the spring, that's the problem. I was like, it was like 70.
I'd say it's out of season, so you've seen if you would have.
It's spring everywhere, but okay.
Sarah on this one.
I mean, there are islands that are in the winter.
Okay.
Sid will just kind of stare at everybody, unpack his sleeping bag, and wear it like a cloak.
Okay, looking at Sarah's roll, Jay is going to give Ron his coat since he's got the bunny to keep him warm.
Okay, awesome.
Okay, so
I know. Maybe I need to buy some pants.
I will let you have one. I will let you have one. You have one winter coat that you were not able to sell before the season ended, and you've been holding on to it for a while.
It is so last January, but I'll wear it.
It's an older coat, sir, but it checks out.
And I will throw some pants at Sierra's character that I cannot remember her character's name. I know I have pants in there. There's no reason for me not to have pants in there.
My name is Ron.
I'm about to say as far as scarves and stuff, yes. But as far as like scarves and face scarves and things that can be used, scarves, yeah.
I'm gonna Mary Poppins and throw a scarf and pants at Dawn, throw a scarf at everyone else, and then put on my coat.
I wasn't in the freezer up here, and I don't feel comfortable.
As far as like
And it's
scarves,
off.
and socks, you have those. It's higher.
I'm just gonna start pointing Mary Poppins and throwing them at everybody. You get a sock. You get a sock.
And I'll just have to make sure tomorrow
A whole gram.
that I just,
No.
Hey, Karen said cook it. That's where he brought it up for
Okay,
me.
you can pick it. You can have
So
shrimp.
you guys are making. I'm gonna say you guys are making your way through. I'm gonna say you guys take a nice. I'm gonna say a good 10-minute break to switch. I'm gonna say to switch into gloves, denser. I'm gonna say denser, warm knitted socks.
Yeah.
And I was wrapping scarves around your face.
Okay. And the rule is you have to come out in money, though.
I will do that.
You have to eat the Monty Money before you eat the mushroom.
Fair enough. No. I dropped a mushroom. No.
I lost you.
And away we go.
On my website.
No, they're not baked yet.
Leave me a good Yelp review.
I'm gonna put them after you make the fish.
I need
So that's your next time.
I need, I'll say, with your makeshift cross patterned new look, I need survival roll. For any of your Pokemon that do not have heater, are you just bundling? Are you bundling them up, or are you recalling them?
Mine's bundled up with me.
I'll say yours has heater. It doesn't.
Mine has fire starter.
He does.
I'll recall Oma to.
Yeah,
keep
he
her
does not
warm.
have heater.
Wait, your Pokemon doesn't have heater?
A lot of fire types don't.
I kind of thought that one would.
Score Bunny? No.
I will recall mine.
Haku will just jump in my coat.
Huh? Yeah, no, we're in a cold area, and I put my Pokemon to freeze.
So you know how big Haku is, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay. Alright, as Murasaki stuffs a whole ass dog in her coat.
Yep, you see me. Here.
As Murasaki basically stuffs a whole ass in her coat.
Oh my god, it blows right in my face.
I'm actually, I will say, the only reason I was surprised about that is because most of the fire starters I've seen.
Most of the ones I have haven't.
Haku has fire starter, but he doesn't have heater.
Yeah, he has fire starter, but not heater.
Like I know Charmeleon, Charmander, and Cyndaquil.
Yeah, they're like the only ones. The later gen fire type starters don't get that.
That is such bullshit.
Hell, I don't even think Torchic had it. I think somewhere around gen,
At least I can see Torchic, because I don't think Torchic has any like blatant flames coming off of it.
Neither does Score Bunny.
This is so fucking weird. Okay.
And the Score Bunny's just a red and white rabbit.
I wonder if the new
Oh,
fire cat.
that is not working.
Litton did not.
Do you think that you could leave your child alone in America?
Cool. Why is it just a survival with nothing right there?
Because it's broken, but you'll see underneath that an actual roll.
Okay. Alright, because I see your survival roll of 5, and I see Murasaki's roll, and then I see Lance's survival roll, and that's nothing. Does anyone else see another roll for David?
Nope. I see a purple box that says Lattice's survival for the second roll, but there's nothing under it.
Right, but if you look above that,
Yeah, if you look above it,
yeah.
there's a roll.
that's
Okay,
that's the
I
roll.
was wondering what
Yeah.
the second one was. I was wondering what the second
The second one was me confirming whether the thing I have it was not working correctly or not, and it is not.
Okay. Everyone must say, everyone seems to must say, and we need need a survival roll from our resident, for our resident MMA talk.
Greg? Nope, there we
So
go.
I just need a roll from Sid.
He rolled it.
Sweet. Oh, that's good. Good. I hate saying this, but I hate saying this, but everyone makes it but David.
Ha ha ha.
Your makeshift stuff gave you your makeshift stuff gives you a +3 bonus. The difficulty is 10.
Awesome. You can't win them all.
You guys are walking. You notice that Lattice behind you is slowing a bit. He seems to be huddling up a bit more. The cold seems to be getting to him, as you do notice there actually seems to be. You look back at him. He's like, I wonder why he's so cold. And something that you hadn't really paid attention to because it was so cold. It is now actually snowing, and the snow is picking up.
We're gonna get snow Pokemon.
Sid will unpack his backpack, reach in, here we go, and offer the basically the waterproof sleeve that you put on top of your tent when you're sleeping, when you're like in cold and wet conditions.
The rainfly.
Yeah, the rainfly. Thank you.
I'll say, Laxus, your torch. I'll say your torch is about the only thing that's really keeping you fully warm at the moment. I'll say, with your survival, you are basically huddling it in as close as you can, trying to protect the flame to keep it from going out.
No. No, my life force.
Okay, hold on. I'll hold the torch. Take your hands and put them in your armpits. You need to insulate yourself. It helps warm you up.
I'll do so.
It's a legitimate thing, because
Yeah. You said this looks like it's picking up.
It seems as if it's the closer you walk in, it seems to be picking up. You do. I need a either perception or Pokemon education.
Pokemon education.
All the rolling with none of the max.
Not good.
Wait, what? How?
How what? I have 3 dice. I have 3 dice. I rolled average. 2 twos, and a 1.
I'm used to you like rolling like boss for Pokemon education stuff.
Yeah, when we're higher level and I have more than 3 dice.
I rolled a 10. That's not too bad.
No, I'll say it's good. I mean, I'm used to Tristan usually on 3 dice rolling over 10.
Level, not on 3 dice, no.
What is it that you usually roll that you so far in this game that you've been like beast at?
Intuition,
Okay, there we go.
which is 4D.
Okay. I was like, there's something that he like kicks ass at in this game. He was just rolling ridiculously at. Oh, okay. Cool. Anyone else want to make a perception check?
Sure.
Perception or Pokemon education, whichever one's higher. You don't have to. Just
Sure,
you
I'll-
want to or not.
He's taking it. What?
I'll make the same check. Or somebody will make the same check for me.
Perception or education?
Let's go with what's higher?
They're the same thing.
Oh, well, you gotta pretend to be the meathead, so we'll go with perception.
Okay. Survey says. You rolled a 10.
Yay!
It's me. Woohoo.
Don't look at me like that, secret.
I was secret looking at you.
Because I'm cooking. She wants some food. Like she's doing it to me.
A perception roll. Do you want to make a perception roll, Sid, or do you just want to kind of just keep walking?
No, I made a perception. Perception 9.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Right. Cool. Did you? I'll say even though the snow is picking up, you do notice. I'll say you do notice a handful. I'll say you do notice a handful of indentations in the snow that are quickly being picked up by the. By the increased downfall of snow. Some appear to be footprints. The others seem. Some appear to be footprints. Others, you actually notice these tiny little. You do notice these tiny little these tiny little insect-like footprints on the trees, on the snow that's on the trees. You notice, you do notice several holes in these in a couple of trees that you.
I don't steam the vegetables, I cook them. They never, in the microwave, they taste nasty. I've never came across
almost as if
things of vegetables that taste
almost as if something has been digging holes in these trees.
Looking at that, he'll bring up his attention. Jay,
Hmm?
you know any Pokemon that burrow into trees? Insects or something like that?
Plenty.
What does my Pokemon education tell me it is?
Oh, that's what you got. It's you notice insects, and you notice like tiny little like insect,
I love it.
and then there appear to be like pretty deep gashes in most of these trees.
I wouldn't know what Pokemon that is.
You have you have an idea. These are either these are Pokemon that these are either Pokemon that these are either Pokemon that were foraging. These are Pokemon that were attempting to forage, or something that was attempting to hide. The only thing that you can think of that could cause this much free would be a bee.
Beedrill.
Nope, not doing it.
Normal. They don't down. Boogie.
Come over here. That's a good girl. Sit.
We are getting away from that tree.
Do not shake the tree for berries.
Wasn't planning on it.
Moving away.
The trees seem to be empty. The trees don't look like they have anything in it. It looks like something was here and it's not anymore.
Yep. Which is why we're going deeper into the cold, because Beedrill don't like cold. Fuck the Beedrill.
I must say you are noticing. I must say you are noticing these signs of where Pokemon were, and some of them seem to have like roughly within the past 24 hours have left this area. So you must say you gradually start finding hole like little holes in the ground where they would have been vacated. Various nests in trees where the birds, I'll say with several avian type Pokemon were, and they have left the area. Obviously, none of the, Rattata burrows have been vacated. Several Pokemon that you can tell lived here have left. Some of these areas, some of these burrows and everything seem to have been
Actually, can you turn this front cam, please?
they forcibly
The silver one?
evacuated.
Yeah.
I'll say a lot of them seem to have been like forcibly evacuated, like there was a big mob battle here, and they were forced to flee. No signs that the Pokemon. I'll say no signs that mine had problem.
My lungs are great.
Mainly, they seem to have been severe scare tactics have been used in order to make them flee.
Sit.
So the equivalent of someone walking in with a gun and shooting it in the air and everyone like that.
850 something. Maybe 853, I think.
Okay.
So, you guys continuing on?
I am at least.
Brr, I am.
Cool. I need one more survival roll from people as the blizzard as this snowfall at this point has turned into a blizzard, and I need a perception roll.
Oh.
Alive. I guess I'm living in audience. I'm those who watch it. Or what?
Yeah, to make him happen, so I've actually put in his correct stats.
Seems actually doing pretty good for the.
Alive. See how things are going. Where,
Hi,
apparently still in shrimp.
Yep.
something I was saying.
It's sort of funny because I don't think I've ever killed Rush.
I've also de-scaled fish. Yeah. Apparently that's all good come in our core.
Okay, almost a psychic type. So does that mean if she believes hard enough, she'll be warned?
Yeah, I don't think that's how that works.
Jeremy says to get with the shell on maybe later.
Yeah.
Technically, she doesn't need more flavor. It's not even.
So
You're guilting her out of the team right now.
It's not working.
let's see. Okay, Lattice, survival, good. Sid,
I roll
survival,
well.
not good. Lattice, perception, bad. Sid, perception, bad. Murasaki, perception, not high enough. Murasaki, I do need a survival roll.
Shh, there you go. It's hot.
Okay. Okay. Lattice. Taking Sid's advice to heart, you managed to tough out you managed to tough out this flurry of a storm that is coming towards you. Um, Sid, obviously too busy trying to help you stay warm, suddenly starts freezing. As the icy wind starts to overtake him a bit. As he is now huddled up trying to recover some of his warmth. Him huddling up that keeps him from being able to notice what's going on. Jay and Ron do very good with the survival. They also do seem to do pretty good with the perception, as does Haku. So what you guys so the ones who do pass, you guys are able to actually help them. As you hear this loud cracking noise. You hear this loud cracking noise from across from you, to your right, and you look up to see this large tree coming down across your path and slamming down into the ground.
Ooh, what is it? What is it? What is it?
I believe it's a tree.
Thump.
No, what's making the tree fall?
The only person with a hand of perception will, Jay and Ron and Haku. You will notice heavily obscured in the by the tree line. By the tree and the snow. There is this large lumbering figure. Looks to be roughly about 6 feet, maybe taller. Disappearing into the woods off to the side. You hear running off into the distance, like ahead of you, but running through the woods off of the path. It still seems to be running in the direction of the path, but through the woods instead of actually following the trail.
Well,
you do hear. It seems humanoid. It seems humanoid as you are. As it is disappearing off. You do hear something going. Ow.
And what again?
You hear a sound come from the woods. You can barely make it out over the howling wind, but you do hear something going.
Like a cat?
You hear it's I'll type it out.
I did this lumber where I held out my hand and was like, "Secret, come here," and she fell for it just like this, and I was able to grab her. She's a little bit, but she did not have much for brain.
So your uncles would be nice.
Quiet. She did not make any like it. I heard her bark. She's been in my house a year now, and I've heard her bark.
I will pursue.
Alright, I will run with you.
Follow the leader.
Seeing that people are apparently moving off, I will follow us to not be separated.
Alright, you guys are making your way. Um, Jay and Ron, I say Jay and Ron, you do notice that I say some of your colleagues do not seem to be holding up as well and following as swiftly. You see that they're falling behind a little bit.
Well, as long as they
the cold seems to be slowing them down.
As long as they can keep us in sight, and we can keep the tracks in sight.
Last time Hamilton,
Yeah. I feel like, wasn't she on with us for like almost the whole thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like we were on 2 hours and
I must say,
I didn't
in order to keep pace, in order for Sid to keep pace, one of you two who passed the roll will need to assist him. One of you will need to assist him. That way, your group, that way your group will be able to one person will be able to keep pace. The person who is assisting will be able to, basically one of you will be able to go up ahead and keep pace while also keeping in line of sight.
Sierra, do you want to take point or the assist?
I'll go ahead and give the assist.
Okay, then I'll take point.
Okay. Sid, Ronnie will come up and will help you by putting her arm over you.
Hi, Aunt Mary.
Helping you kind of rush through the storm to try to get through it.
Thank you.
All right. Jay, as you are making your way through this, suddenly, almost without warning, you walk. As you are running, you feel like within 1 foot of stepping, the blizzard seems to have stopped. Although it seems
she might have to pee, yes.
even though the blizzard seems to be going on roughly about 3 feet behind you.
Well,
She pees if she wants to. I'm not cleaning it up. It'll sit
Crap.
there until Terrence and Gary gets back.
The temperature is still chilly, but the temperature is still chilly, but instead of feeling like it is in the single digits, you feel as if you are back in the low 30s.
Looking around, do I see anything? Does this appear to be like the eye of the storm kind of thing, or have we gotten away from what we were trying to find?
Hmm?
It does feel
No,
like
the window's been broken for the past 2 years.
it does
The window's been broken for the past 2 years.
You looking back, now that you're on the outside, now that you are on the inside looking out, you can see the silhouettes of your teammates. You can't really make them out, but as they get closer, you can gradually see them. But there is literally no snow. This almost seems to be some sort of wall. You can't feel it. There's nothing there. But if you stick your hand through the wall, you can tell the temperature difference just by sticking your hand into the wall of snow that seems to be coming down behind you.
Okay. And what's in front?
In front, you now clearly hear the smashing of trees. You now hear the clear smashing of trees and the muffled voices of people in the distance.
I will continue advancing.
You also hear a faint sizzling noise.
Wait, do we have like a Magmar and something extremely cold fighting?
So I will continue advancing and have Harold use Psychic to continue smashing a path behind me so people can keep up.
Oh, okay. Eventually, I'll say roughly about 10-15 seconds after he passes through, you guys will experience the same thing. You'll be running. This blizzard is so tremendous and insane, and then whew, suddenly the blizzard's gone. There's snow all over the ground. Well, I'll say there's snow all over the ground, but it's I'll say the snow seems to be behind you. There's no falling. There's no anything. The temperature seems to have jumped again from single digits, possibly even negative temperature, and seems to have jumped to the low 30s. Still cold, but far more tolerable than what you were just dealing with. There's actually sun. You're not sure how. And you look around you. You seem to be in some sort of rather large dome where there is snow falling all around this large dome of clear weather that you seem to be in. But all around you, there just appears to be a storm going on. You see Jay going up ahead. What do you all do?
Okay. This is an odd situation.
After eventually warming up, trying to catch up with Jay, because the fuck.
Well,
The fuck.
yeah, I think I'll focus on warming up at the moment. Okay. Let me see. Wow, Oh, ha! I forgot how high my Pokemon education was. Okay. So, any thoughts?
Pete, whatever's going on here, this ain't right. Too fucking cold.
Yeah.
Someone use Blizzard? Who knows?
So, okay, looking around, how do things do? Is there like a pattern or anything that would indicate that there is an intentional will behind the environment, like piled up snow in particular places where where it's really cold versus the temperature it is now. Anything of that nature, any direction?
I'm gonna say yes. Actually, a good chunk of this area does look as if a lot of it still looks like forest, but a lot of it appears to look like some level of excavation, almost as if the land around here is trying to be cleared out. You do see a lot of holes. I'll say you see a whole lot of holes that have been dug. A lot of almost like drilling holes, a lot of digging holes, a lot of upturned trees. It looks, I'll say there's a lot of snow here, but there's a lot of destruction. It's like the outdoor equivalent of someone ransacking a house as if they were looking for something.
Hmm.
So pretty much trees overturned, rocks tossed all over the place. The ground's pretty heavily beaten up, but there's snow covering a good chunk of it. It's not warm enough here to melt the snow, but it's not. From the temperature, best way that you can put it, you can still see you can still think the storm is still going on. The storm is still going on behind you and all around you. But at the moment, it's almost as if someone used the move clear weather in this area and got rid of the climate condition.
And I take it from previous observations and stuff, this is still signs that definitely go beyond that of a battle.
This isn't a battle. This doesn't seem to be a battle. This seems to be purposeful. This seems to be like this entire area gives off the impression that someone or something is here, and it has been searching for something, and is willing to turn this force upside down to find it.
You mentioned excavation. Are there any signs, like actual signs, stating what kind of excavation is taking place?
All of it seems to be done by quotes hand, i.e. either. I'll say everything here seems to be done by Pokemon, not machine.
I think what David meant is like construction stuff, or like warming, this kind of stuff, or this project under the noble name of. Is that about right, David?
Yeah. Thank you, Greg. Yeah, that's the kind of thing I was looking for.
Yeah, there's no sign of construction vehicles, no tracks, no anything. Everything here seems to have been done by some sort of group of Pokemon.
Okay, so what I was trying to figure out is if we were dealing with one of those situations where humans were unintentionally building in a place considered significant to a particular Pokemon, or something like that.
You do see. The things that you see. You see lots of broken. You see a lot of broken and corroded rocks. You see a lot of broken and corroded rocks. There is this kind of really foul smell around the area. A lot of the trees that you see, like I said, have a lot of the trees that you see. All of them have been busted. Several of them obviously have like little puncture marks in it. The ground looks as if it's been like dug into. Some sort of Pokemon capable of digging / burrowing. Not like a Diglett, but something capable of digging. Digging starting from the surface and digging downward.
Okay.
as opposed to Diglett that tunnels. But this actually seems to be whatever did this seem to be capable of at least low level digging.
Okay, is there, like, any obvious entryways that would lead to something underground?
No, it seems as if they dug a hole, didn't see what they were looking for, and proceeded to move somewhere else and dig another hole. You do, you do notice something. I'll say, Sid, you do notice something that's a little off-putting. Some of these trees that have been broken have giant hand imprints on them. I'll say whatever hand knocked these trees over, their hand is roughly about 3 to 5 times the size of your hand.
So somebody's using fighting type Pokemon to knock over trees. Probably that sumo one.
Yeah.
I'll say Jay, you run ahead. You run ahead. You do. You do get there before, just before everyone else. As you get closer to this area, are you hiding?
Given, that there's obvious evidence of people around and shit, yeah, he's gonna dive into the snow for cover.
Okay, give me a... What the fuck would that be?
Stealth?
No, I keep forgetting this. I keep forgetting what this game actually has.
Oh, this'll be good.
Are you the stealthy one?
I am all of the stealth. I am so invisible right now with my, blue jeans and my bright blue jacket and my bright blue hair in the white snow.
It blends in so well. There's a rock under the snow pile, isn't there?
I have 1D in stealth. I am not the type of ranger that sneaks up on the Pokemon.
Oh, no, I'm thinking of, like, a number of your other characters.
You're thinking of Gray, who was like a master thief among everything else.
I'm not that kind of thief.
I'm not that kind of ranger.
I'm the kind of ranger that walks up to the Pokemon and goes, "Hey, how's shit going this evening?" I'm the kind of Pokemon ranger that thinks he's an Officer Jenny.
He is literally the ranger who comes in. I'll say, Blue Ranger, Jay. Got fireworks going off behind him.
Oh, did you brought that up? Just a very quick insert, then it can be dropped. Beast Morphers has been pretty good, actually.
I'm that Safari Zone ranger that got cut from the English version that pulls guns on people.
Oh no.
So yeah, he dives face first in the snow and then looks at the comb bee. Is like, this is where we're supposed to be, right? I can understand that.
It's like subtitles. Where are my subtitles?
It's like taps his head a couple times, waiting for the subtitles to load.
Yeah, I'll say, dude, like, it was like, yes, this area was, it was like, yes, this area was the queen's royal chamber. You will procure it for us, yes?
Well, right now it looks like the royal refrigerator, but the goal is to get it back. Yeah. You know anything about the people or whatever that are dicking around here?
They took from the queen, and they took from the queen, and they made the queen feel the need to take from others. In order to reestablish herself.
There were so many more words there, but you're still just as helpful as all the other ones.
Thank you. We are a helpful hive.
Alright, so...
Do our best to help the queen.
So say we all. Okay, so I see a bunch of, I'm guessing, shiny Beedrills.
These, I'm gonna say you will see several. I'm gonna say
Yeah.
several of these.
That-
Whenever it decides to. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was
Um,
guessing was a shiny
they-
Beedrill or something.
I'm gonna say they're not shiny. Um, you, I need a Pokemon education, or I'm gonna say Pokemon education or general education.
Guess what? They're the same thing.
Okay, awesome.
Let's see if Jay's racism against Beedrills will affect this roll. I have studied my enemy. I know my enemy.
Jesus fuck. Okay, you know.
Oh, it's 6, a 5, and a 3 plus 2.
You know the shits. This is.
Well, considering they almost killed me in my backstory, yeah, I think I studied them.
Yes, you are well aware. These are not shiny. These are not shiny Beedrill in no way, shape, or fashion. As a matter of fact, you are well aware of the lore of what is going on here. This, I was like, oh man, this is gonna be like a nice reveal for later. But fuck that, no.
It's only because they were Beedrills, otherwise I wouldn't know shit.
There is this aura that you are picking up. I'll say, just from the look of them, there is this aura that they are also giving off. That something about your ranger senses are tingling. You look at them. You notice their coloration. You notice the heavier anger that you can sense from within them. It's almost mindless, more mindless than normal. I'll say, whereas most Beedrills seem to do stuff in protection of the hive, these ones just seem to be consumed with an anger that you read about in textbooks and hasn't actually been around in quite some time. These Beedrills have been exposed to something that has turned them into dark Beedrills. Tristan might remember this, as we are old enough to have been around during the first gen. When they released the cards,
I think that's to that. Everyone in this party was old enough.
well, so, but I'm gonna say, does Tristan remember when they were releasing the dark Pokemon cards?
I remember that they existed.
Yeah, the dark Pokemon cards were essentially Pokemon that had been experimented on by Team Rocket and essentially turned evil. They were, I'm gonna say, during first gen, before dark types became a thing, they were called dark Pokemon. So they had like the whole premise of the story was Team Rocket did such and such to Pokemon, and Pokemon essentially they were exposed to something, and Pokemon essentially turned evil.
Kind of like the Dark Balls.
Essentially they were turned evil, and it was a ploy to sell cards, but they made it canon for a bit, and then the Pokemon somehow got better, and they pretended like it never happened, and then dark Pokemon actually showed up, like actual dark type Pokemon showed up in the next gen. Well, yeah, something Giovanni, something Team Rocket, something. They pretty much did to Pokemon what they tried to do to Mewtwo, and the Pokemon. I think it's essentially like brainwashing, and they turned dark.
And then looks like a muck that just is really creepy art for a muck.
Looks like Muck Senior. I see that mustache.
I'll say.
I have seen your map. You will address me as so.
You see this muck, and you also see
Yeah,
this thing with which
should be a Machamp.
Yes, which you recognize as like, oh, hey, that's probably what knocked over the trees and
Yep.
said amp on the way off. Um, um, also smashing down trees. You see this large bastard,
Ursa ring.
Yas.
and standing there. I see. You finally found the dragon thing. Good job. Um, you also see two of these people. Um, they appeared. They're carrying Pokeballs, but their eyes appear to be glazed over.
Huh.
They don't.
It's a
seem
drowsy.
To be, they don't appear. They're just standing there, arms to their side, not doing anything. But
menacingly.
Is that
Yeah.
similar to the look I take? When no, I haven't actually gotten that ability yet, so never mind. I don't know about that look.
you said, well, they look to be under some sort of hypnosis or mind control.
Okay, I was about to ask if they look like they were channeling, but I remembered I haven't gotten that far in channeler yet, so I don't know that's a thing.
They look pretty like they look the anime version of like zoned out. It's like their eyes are kind of glazed over, mouth partially agape, and they aren't moving. They're just kind of lightly swaying side to side.
Okay.
Standing there, actually issuing orders. You see this person.
Okay.
Seems to be a man roughly in his possibly late 20s, early 30s. He does not appear to be wearing the rocket insignia on his uniform.
Interesting. So we have a non-rocket running around controlling a bunch of rockets potentially.
What? No, that's illegal.
What? Making Pokemon do bad things, or controlling people who control Pokemon to do bad things?
You can't control rockets. Rockets are the bad guys.
I'll say, well,
You can't out evil the rockets.
Yeah, basically every team after the Rockets definitely out-eviled the Rockets.
Yeah. I'm just.
I'll say there was this whole thing that they did where they talked about how Team Rocket was actually the good guys and how their existence basically kept every other team in check. But once Team Rocket basically disappeared, then every other team came out of the woodwork in order to try and do shit.
Except for the teams in the last two generations. They're relatively harmless.
Yeah. It was like those two were pretty much stupid, but there was like
Skull's treasure, excuse you.
I'll say, I can't remember what it was. I need to find it because they basically talked about how they basically tied everything back to how Giovanni essentially, just Team Rocket's sheer existence. Like everything that Team Rocket did basically kept every other team from doing every single other thing. And I was like, holy shit! I was like, this theory is amazing. But yes, that is what you see. All right, Daddy's on his way. About to go check your room to make sure that it looks okay. All right. Let me see if he can somehow roll for
Yep.
shit to notice.
What I don't see though is anything that could have done all the icing.
You do not. I'm gonna say you do not see anything, but with that, I'm gonna say you do. I will tell you that whatever is generating this effect seems to be coming from the seems to be coming from one of the three humans.
Interesting. Okay. Fucking benders.
So, so is this something that he's just aware of? Because I noticed he's the only token on the field.
That's because I was a little bit ahead of you guys.
Okay. Because you took
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you guys took a moment to warm up, so that put you further behind.
For you guys, I'm gonna say for you guys, as Jay is not really that well hidden, you basically run up and.
Which party am I a part of? Because you never said where I was.
You were in theory with the others.
Okay.
I'm about to say only because he basically went up ahead because he rolled because him and Ronnie rolled higher, so I had them go up ahead. I'm about to say those rolls were determined your speed as you were traveling through the snow, and since they rolled ridiculously, they ran faster. So yeah, you guys can drop your pods on the screen. You can see that Jay is attempting to hide, albeit poorly, but he is attempting to hide.
Play along.
If you guys want to drop your pods on the screen, I'm gonna go check Alexander's room so that he can get ready for bed, and I need stealth rolls. If you guys want to hide, and for anyone who doesn't want to hide, I mean, you can just barge out onto the scene and be like, I am here.
I have bonus.
Got a preference, Sierra? Assuming you're still there?
She is. She's muted. You stop trying to eat my phone cord. Thank you. And my grilled cheese. That's mine. I haven't even introduced you to dairy, and yet you're going after it. I don't understand.
It's almost like you haven't fed him.
I crave dairy.
I already had a cheese coop. You don't need any more. It's my food. Mom was kind of like she really wants to do fireworks, so for your information, the Diamond's still doing them.
Yeah, she told me.
Okay. I don't know what time they're doing them, but...
I don't think they know what time they're doing them.
Well, they're not doing a baseball game. I think they're just doing the fireworks themselves. Someone's shooting them off right now. I'm not from the neighborhood. CBS 6 will be broadcasting them. What'd you get off the coffee table? Tables are not for cats. Especially when you get viewed. You will topple the tables over.
Alright. My
So
son
that
has.
is beginning at 9:30 for fireworks.
When? Tomorrow?
9:30 for fireworks.
Where?
Tomorrow?
Diamond is 9:30?
Mm-hmm. It will be on CBS 6 for television.
Yeah, fuck that, man.
Well, that's why I said I'm just gonna step outside and watch it, because we should be able to
I would
see
say-
it in my apartment.
I'm debating going to. I'm gonna say if you had access to the roof for one of the higher levels, then yeah, that'd be great.
Well, if someone of me moves out, I will be moving upstairs.
I mean, no, not probably. Like, no, you're surrounded by other taller buildings. You guys don't have access to the roof, I assume.
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need a ladder, and it's not necessarily safe.
But I mean, it's not like it's that far.
I mean, yeah, but you also
We have to
I
just
don't know
walk
how,
up.
I don't know how tall the other buildings are around you.
Not that tall. In worst case, we walk up to Boulevard.
Fair enough. I'm debating going around Robin Hood Road. So like I'm gonna say right around the area. Actually, depending, I might go out there early and see what's going on with the fireworks and see if there's a way to because I'll say depending on how early you want to sit out there, they might have seating in that baseball field that the colleges use right across the street.
I don't know if they open that or not. I know they're. I know
I mean,
that
they're
they're.
well not to, but I got a great idea. Why don't people rent a room in that really shitty looking motel across the street? Perfect seats.
Or just sit on top of my car.
The highway is gonna be lined with so many people. Cops are gonna be like, get the fuck off the highway.
Well, yeah, because I think people are probably going to be parking in Bowtie Theater parking lot.
Which is where we normally go.
Yeah.
But as far as I know, Bowtie still has the tape up.
Bowtie reopened this week.
No, I don't think they're opening until next week.
Is it next week? I just saw a newsletter said that they were reopening. Mom was saying that they had reopened.
I think they're reopening this week because that's when we're supposed to do phase 3 is next week, I believe.
So yeah, that'll probably.
Start phase week Wednesday.
We did, or we're going
We
to?
did. July 1st.
Because a lot of people said that they hadn't started yet. At least some of the places in Prairie Town when I was getting my bike fixed, it was like we haven't gotten word that phase 3 happened yet.
As far as I know, it's slated to start the 1st.
I guess
we'll
it
you know.
I guess it's a phase. I'm gonna say my guess is that the county started phase 3 and the city is probably behind. Wouldn't surprise me. I mean, we were behind on phase 2.
The county was originally ahead of us. I'm checking right now.
I think we caught up at this point.
Yeah, everyone's caught up except for Northern Virginia. That doesn't help me. I want to know when phase 3 begins.
So.
Ow! Cat!
Are people? I do not. Okay, I see a Sid stealth and a Murasaki stealth. I don't see a David stealth.
I was planning on confronting them.
First.
Oh, you're running up. Okay.
Yeah, I was planning on confronting them.
Okay.
You grow bugs.
It opened up on the 1st.
Oh, you're just now seeing that?
Like I was like I was putting Alexander. I was checking Alexander's room so he could go to bed. That's why I was like, okay. And I just kind of walked off. I just came back and.
Yeah, I put that up when you were still describing what the dark Pokemon were.
Well, I had a sheet up, so I didn't see it. I was reading off.
Danger. The dark Sith side.
The attacks and balance rage high ground is ineffective against them due to their ability.
It takes rain. It has twists
I have
to
nothing
the
to
dark
do.
side.
Leave my grilled cheese sandwich alone.
Okay. You are aware that they're this dark aura that permeates them. Does keep their mind from being psychically affected.
Cool. I can't psychically affect them anyway. So, Greg, do you want to fight Goro or the bear?
Or the slug monster.
Well, I assume that he wasn't going to try and fight the slime, because punching that's just, you know...
I mean, you can. You can punch it.
Well, yeah, but it didn't seem like the type of critter that was challenging enough for his I'm going to punch all the Pokemon.
I mean, you know well enough that hitting muck. I'll say your Pokemon education, you know that muck is more than likely toxic to the touch.
That too.
So if he punches him, like, yeah, I did damage, I'm also poisoned now.
So, which brings us back to the original question. Are you doing Mortal Kombat, or are you doing Golden Kamui?
Who's the last one?
I posted that GIF a while back, the dude who's punching the bear in the face.
Oh, okay. I don't recognize that name. I'm like,
Golden Kamui is the show that came from.
I'll say, do you want to, just like he said, do you want to do Johnny Cage versus Goro, or do you want to be that guy who squared up with the bear and at the river for the fish?
I don't know if I'm at Takamura's way right now. I don't know if I can just punch out of air.
I'll say, as stupid as this sounds, with your fighting style, you probably stand a better chance with the bear. Because if you go up against it's fighting versus fighting, and he will probably try to beat the shit out of you. But at least if you go up against the bear, it's fighting versus normal, and fighting types get an advantage on normal types.
Huh.
This is true.
According to this type effectiveness chart, Harold has advantage against everybody here due to my attack selection.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna say in some way, shape, or fashion, I'm gonna say Harold is good against everyone except for Ursaring. I don't think he has anything for normal.
Well, that's because normal is such a pain in the ass.
Normal is normal.
As a normal's not weak to anything except fighting, which no, he has fighting too, so I have something for normal.
Okay.
He has double kick for normal.
Well, he is Harold.
Okay, assuming that Ursaring just doesn't try to swipe your face off, then fine.
But yeah, Greg gets first pick on that, because going after the bees is the obvious one due to background hate and the fact that fire is very good against bug.
Yeah. I would probably suggest that
I'd say whichever one whichever one Greg doesn't take, Alma probably should take because Alma is strong against fighting.
Yeah. I'll say against these bee drills, we'll probably get murdered.
So fight the Machamp.
whichever one Greg doesn't choose to take.
Yeah.
Because you're in theory good all around, but your psychic, the Machamp is in theory weak to psychic. I say in theory because it's still a tier 3 Pokemon, so the fact that it's a tier 3 trade evolution gives it some stat advantages.
Yeah, I'll go after the bear.
Are you gonna square up with the bear?
Yeah. So, yeah, awesome.
This is gonna be awesome watching him square up to fight a bear. Alright, so let's see. Stealth, Sid. Okay, so everybody did pretty good stealth. Okay. Except for David, don't know what his stealth is.
Because I'm not gonna stealth. I'm gonna walk up in there. Shit.
Thank you, Tekken.
You know what the funny thing is? I actually gave him Fury Swipes, so...
And given the background, I want to know what is it with Japanese characters and fighting bears in the snow?
It's not just the snow. It's also like just fighting bears in general.
No, but I mean like all the gifs I was finding are fighting bears in the snow.
That's fair, but like the one that I know of that's Hajime no Ippo, basically like the championship boxer of of Japan actually punches a bear into submission with his bare hands, and is like, "Fuck you, fuck you." And he's like just a normal human. That's it. It's like, okay.
There will be so.
No, I do have something I want to say when I run up, but I was just waiting for the.
Just let me know if I need to roll out of the way out of your Sentai pose explosion.
I'll say they don't seem to be. I'll say all the rest of you guys are hiding as Lattice barges forward.
If that is the case, I will start stealthily trying to make my way to square up against the bear.
Barging forth, I will toss my Pokeball slightly ahead of myself. So as I take my initial point, I should be in a position to be able to catch it. But as I reach my point, I'm going to point at the lot of these Sith Beedrill and the apparent trainers. Pointing at them, I will announce.
You have fucked up.
What fuckery is that in?
It is illegal to unduly affect the weather pattern.
This gentleman with the hat will turn around and will like kind of look over at you. He'll kind of like quirk an eyebrow, still stone faced, but will look at you. It's like he's gonna like, I was at you. He's I'm about to say looking at you. He'll look at you, and then you'll notice that his eyes seem to kind of slightly shift past you, slightly. Well, he's gonna be like, he's gonna like, I half expected Jay to move first, but you'll do.
Dun dun dun.
He knows you.
That's cool because I don't know him.
He needs to take the hat off, and then you'll recognize him.
Oh my god, I have no clue.
I mean, I think I know who it could be. The picture is in the same generic ballpark that all anime characters look the same, but
But either way, all I'm imagining it's for Jay is like, you son of a bitch!
Is he No, because like I said, he is significantly older.
yeah. Which is why I'm confused.
Yeah. Well, I clearly am not who you expected, but I still insist that you stop all of this coldening and cease your rocket activities.
You will also hear behind you, Lattice. Zzz. The Combi seems to. Jay, you recognize that the Combi seems to agree with Lattice. Give the queen back. I say, give the queen back her royal realm.
You will give back the royal realm to us, or perish.
These Beedrills seem to have been riled up and angered by the declaration of the Combi. You get this strong urge. You feel the strong sense of newly acquired territorial attitude coming from these Beedrill. I'll say it's essentially it was like we have usurped this area from the Vespa Queen. This is ours now. Something doesn't seem right about it. It's almost as if they're saying it, but they don't believe it. It's like they firmly believe it, but that thought process isn't theirs.
Yeah, which fits with everything else we're seeing.
David thinks it's a Drowsy because Drowsy is the most powerful psychic Pokemon.
I'm gonna say Machamp is turns around and looks at you guys.
But since I've been outed, I suppose I can stand up and dust the snow off.
Your stealth requires work, young Jay.
Yeah, well, I'm not used to having to hide. Strange person I've never met before.
He's gonna. He'll smile. He'll smile. He's like, do not worry. I've never seen you before.
Oh, then word of my awesomeness precedes me. Awesome.
Word of you does get around. This he'll look at the lot of you. He was like, this doesn't involve you children. You should all leave.
Unfortunately, it does. We've kind of been contracted by the nearby village and the Combies to get you out of here so the Combies can get out of there.
Contracted by Combies.
No, contracted by the village, asked by the Combies as a result of the contract from the village, because the village asked us to get rid of the Combies. The Combies said they would only be gotten rid of if we got rid of you, but they didn't know. So, yeah, it's a thing.
Why didn't you just get rid of the Combies like I did?
Because we're not douchebags.
And Pokemon cruelty is illegal.
Him about to say he's going to smile. Is it really cruelty? He was like, as you can see, I have Pokemon here, and my Pokemon ran them out. And isn't it common for Pokemon who wish for more territory to run Pokemon out of it in order to acquire it?
Sure, when they're acting of their own volition.
When they're wild.
He will look still stone faced. He was like, I assure you that these Beedrill are quite wild. And they can be quite wild when need be. He was like, he will look. He was like, although some of you seem to be a little worse for wear, I hope that the storm didn't found you well.
Well is relative.
I'll say he's going to look around. He's like, well, there is, if you are willing to wait, if you are willing to give me roughly about 30 more minutes, I am more than willing to leave and turn this area back over to the Combies.
That actually sounds perfectly reasonable, but I feel like we have to have...
It depends what you're looking for.
Thank you. I'm glad somebody had to ask that.
Even if I told you what I was looking for, do you honestly think you would know what it was?
If you could understand it, I'm sure we can.
He's gonna like, all right then. He's like, all right then. I am looking for rest.
So then, are you implying that you said rest, right? I just want to confirm.
R-E-S-K. Rest.
Resk.
Rest. Okay, I heard rest. Okay, never mind then.
Is there an education check we should be making for that?
Occult.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, you see, unlike my other characters,
I did not specialize. Okay.
I have the whole 1D. I'm not gonna even bother.
I think all of us have 1D. I think occult was our dump skill.
I want to know why I. Oh, am I considered a? Oh, okay. I'm gonna rejoin as GM for a second to correct my own pog.
Awesome.
Hey!
You maxed. Congrats. Anyone else?
Not even trying.
Like, no point. Alright.
But I will say, even with the low roll, I will say, something,
How dare you?
something of such power shouldn't be in your hands.
You know what? I'm gonna look to the Combi to see if she knows anything. Like, Resk?
Masay Combi is going to look. It was like this rest. I am aware of it. It belongs to the queen. You get the impression that this Combi has no clue what Resk is, but
What it is.
Yeah, I got that impression, hence the anime faceplant.
It's like Resk obviously must be something that belongs to the queen. That is why he wants it.
How does 11 work?
It must be something that is an attachment to the bicycle.
I was like, did the 11 do any better?
Resk is an artifact.
So yes, my line of a thing of such a power shouldn't be in your hands still works.
For Lattice is like Resk could be anything.
It totally could.
It could be a mineral. It could be a mineral. It could be a plant. It could be a rock. It could be an artifact. It could literally be anything. It could even be a Pokemon that you've never heard of.
My statement still stands.
I'm gonna say Sid has narrowed it down to it is an artifact. It is like you've heard of it. You don't know how big it is. You don't know what it is, what it does, or if it's even powerful, or if it's just sentimental.
So,
or its rank of legendariness.
So, what I'm hearing is we're invoking old first generation Pokemon anime of Pokeopolis.
I just love how the build up to all this is that you have to stop Team Rocket, and we get here and go, wait, why do we have to stop Team Rocket? They're not doing anything illegal.
They're being dicks about it is why.
I'll say now.
Not only are they not doing anything illegal, they said they'll leave in 30 minutes.
Yes, but
He's willing to leave it. He was like, I will leave in 30 minutes if I cannot find what I'm looking for. The only thing that technically, Jay, as a ranger, you know that the only thing really done that's illegal is the deforestation.
That's what I suppose we can bust him on that at least. So I was like, yeah.
Well, isn't Team Rocket still a criminal organization?
I don't know. We're post Gen 1.
Team Rocket hasn't really existed for quite some time. You've had pocket factions.
Pocket Rockets.
But I'm like they haven't been. I'll say like the Pocket Team Rocket factions have been like groups of maybe 10. who tried to commit something and then were immediately caught.
So yeah, the statute of limitations on most of their shit's probably elapsed.
Ah.
So yeah, I mean we've got them on deforestation, which probably is a big deal. It normally is in the Pokemon universe, but oh, we have them on reckless endangerment for leaving all those traps out.
And I accuse them of, weather patterns.
Yeah,
Totally illegal.
like I said, we got them on being dicks.
I'm about to say he will look. He was like, these two here will more than happily turn themselves in for the crimes that they have committed.
And one of the crimes that you have committed.
I've committed nothing. I've just simply been standing. These two have been commanding the Pokemon in order to. These two have been commanding the Pokemon in order to do these terrible things.
And who's been commanding them?
I'm about to say he's like, isn't that right? And they're like, yes, we have done all of this. We are to blame for the crimes here.
I think that David asked the question though.
Yeah, and what if who commands them? The referee in a match must bear some responsibility.
I don't know. He's going to. He'll look at you. He was like, I don't know what you're. He was like, if you're implying what I think you're implying, I do not possess such an ability. I am no psychic.
Intuition?
Okay, intuition.
That's like, I kind of call bullshit. Kind of.
Well, I don't know about their auras and stuff. I can't see that.
That's why I'm kind of calling bullshit.
The best I have is Alma not being able to, read surface thoughts. Because by all rights, Alma has telepathy. She could, quote-unquote, talk if she wanted to. But such things are beneath her. Oh.
He is telling the truth. He is not controlling them. Doesn't mean that he doesn't know who is.
I'm still all up on my drowsy theory.
It's like, he's technically telling. It like leans over to Lattice. Is like, he's technically telling the truth. It's not him, but somebody's definitely exerting influence here.
I'll say he's not doing it, and whoever's doing it, he seems fairly certain that they are not anywhere nearby. He seems as if he is here to do his thing, and they seem as if they are here doing whatever it is that they were sent here to do. He genuinely does not seem like he has anything to do with whatever it is that they're doing. But he's not. But he is obviously benefiting from whatever it is that they're doing.
Y'all's call.
Well, the Rockets must be brought to justice.
I'll say these Rockets do not appear to be hostile to him, but they appear to be willing to be hostile towards you.
No, wait, I have it. Did Sid say anything about there being artifacts involved?
Yes.
Okay, I don't believe you're licensed or sponsored as an archaeologist. I'm afraid you'll have to go through the legal channels to find this resk.
I'll say he's going. He'll say, really? I was under the impression that anyone could dig anywhere that they wanted, so long as it was not a registered historical site.
Out of character. It's Japan. Everything's a registered historical site. No.
What was the name of the village we were just in?
Orberg.
Orberg
is basically a tourist trap where you can go, where people come there in order to dig for fossils. and in all the surrounding areas, people dig for fossils.
I'm afraid your weather shenanigans have disrupted the natural state of Orberg.
I'm about to say he's gonna be like, really? You don't appear to be in Orberg.
Again, was it the Combies? That's what they're called. The Combies would seem to disagree, as they
You
have.
are aware that the storm seems to be taking place significantly outside of the city of Orberg.
Listen, I'm trying to accuse them. Okay.
We're trying to have a reason to actually get involved in this.
I mean, you guys already have mentioned significant reasons to get involved in this. You already said the deforestation and
Yeah.
and everything. I was like,
Yeah.
that was plenty of reasons. I was like, everything else is just kind of like he seems to be kind of ready for the rest of it, but he really doesn't have anything against the deforestation. But the rest of it is like, yeah.
I'm trying to provoke them in Pokemon fashion.
Alright, fine. We'll do it this way. In the name of the trees, we will punish you. I can...
I'll say he'll look at you. He's like, oh, well, he was like, well, I suppose if it's in the name of the trees.
Ah, yes, the trees, my old nemesis.
He will. I'll say he will turn around and look. He'll get his He'll look towards his Pokemon. He'll look towards Ursaring, and he will say he was like continue searching. He was like continue searching. He was like it has to be around here somewhere. I'll say if we cannot find it soon, we may have to abandon the search for a later time. He'll look over to these two rockets, and he was like I assume that you're going to do whatever it is that you want. He was like, I assume that you're going to do whatever it is that you want. And it was like we will stop them. And he was like, whatever. So you guys are, so with that, he is going to point to the Ursa ring, and the Ursa ring is going to be feverishly slamming his paws into the ground, digging. Digging and scooping up tons of dirt as it attempts to try and still search for whatever it is that it's searching for. Machamp and Muck seem to be squaring up to get ready for a fight. The Beedrills seem to have their hatred honed in on you guys. The rockets moving in unison will wave their hands towards you guys, and saying, attack them. And with that, I'm going to open up initiative, but we will log it. We will log these initiatives, and beginning next session, we will have the battle that will end this mission.
Darn, I thought we were going to accomplish something.
Oh, you did. I'm like you. with some rather good rolls, you technically bypassed a lot of stuff. So.
I pre-rolled my attack and everything. It was good.
I'll say not so much bypass as in, you missed stuff, but I was like, oh man, you guys did pretty good. You managed to, get a whole lot of stuff done that I was not expecting to get done that quick. Especially primarily with Sid rolling that.
You're on it twice, David.
Oh, I am?
Yep.
I'll say with Sid rolling a Colt was pretty badass. So I was like, oh, nice.
Also, too many zeros in Alma's initiative.
Oh, cool. That's what I was wondering about.
Oh, he's not on the. He should be on the field, but Brian didn't put him on the field.
Well,
I need to add Harold's initiative.
As I recall, the Pokemon are pretty much like a tenth, so it should be 0.0.
Yeah, so 0.05 if she has a speed of 5.
Yeah. There we go. Okay, cool. I have adjusted it as such that where my quick button should automatically do that. Kills.
But yeah, Harold needs initiative when you get a chance.
Does he though?
Well, I mean, he could just go.
Suppose there is that. Right, that appears to be everyone.
Except for Haku.
It was not on the map a minute ago, so I'll take care of that.
Sorry, trying to plan stuff.
There we go. Oh, they're setting off fireworks.
Mm-hmm. They were doing it by my apartment earlier.
Going for they've been doing this for 2 weeks. I swear people got their unemployment checks and I just setting off fireworks left and right. I see where your stimulus money went.
And that's funny because fireworks are illegal in Virginia, or purchasing them at least.
I'd say purchasing them is illegal. Firing them is not.
I mean, I must say, actually, you can purchase them because there are plenty of places in Mechanicsville that sell them.
Sir, there are places that sell them, but there are many categories that you cannot buy in the state.
Yeah.
Like most of the ones that you can actually launch apparently are not legal for purchase in Virginia.
Oh, I'm about to say, shit, the place in Mechanicsville sells them, and they even have giant ass signs heading into Mechanicsville saying you can buy them. And they fire off into the sky. They don't shoot as high as the ones that they do in the state during 4th of July, but they shoot up at least a good 40 meters in the air before they explode. They shoot up probably about the height of about a 5-story building before they explode. That's the high quality ones. The other ones basically just kind of spin out of control and maybe go about 2 stories up and then they fizzle out.
So, are we playing by the rules where we beat these guys and they have to give us half their income? Is that a thing?
If you beat them, you might find some money on the ground.
Okay.
I'll say maybe one of your attacks knocked a hole in their pocket.
I was like, that was always the weird part of the games. You'll beat up the rocket grunts, but they're still good enough sports to pay you.
Oh yeah, because they gotta abide by the rules.
I was like, consequently, if we lose,
oh yeah,
there'll suddenly be money missing from our wallets and we can't complain about it.
I'll say if you lose, they beat you into unconsciousness and leave you outside the door of the Pokemon clinic.
And because they're such good sports, they only took half your money as opposed to your entire wallet.
Yeah. So we have to leave with some money, to pay for, fees.
Pay for those free medical bills.
Yeah. Oh wait,
Hey, and it's all.
Yeah.
Hey, it's also to get you back on your feet and to pay for food and all that, because that's going to be a little rougher at that time.
What?
People are nice in Pokemon,
What-
okay?
Yeah.
Wait a second. Am I the only registered trainer here?
Well, I think anyone who has a Pokemon in a Pokeball, it would be registered as a trainer. Because otherwise you wouldn't be able to use the transit system and all that.
Because I thought it was like trainers have access to the Pokemon Center and everything. For free.
It's been considered kind of weird because you have some people who have Pokemon in balls, but they don't train them, and they've never trained them. They're just companions. So it's
Because we know from
weird.
the show, like, coordinators also are allowed to use the Pokemon Center because they also count as trainers.
True, but I believe
Yeah.
they probably have like a coordinator or training
Yeah.
sub-license, like a CDL.
Yeah. So if you're going by that
Well,
logic, I think the only one who might be in question in terms of characters that actually has a Pokemon is Jay, because depending on how you look at the Rangers, they they don't normally own Pokemon.
Rangers are trainers.
Yeah.
I'll say Rangers. I would say, if anything, they're supposed to be special. I'll say if anything, Rangers are supposed to be better than, not so much better than normal trainers, but have a higher standard to live up to.
That's it, because if you go by the original Rangers, then they were just strangers. They were just normal trainers that happen to work as park rangers. If you go by the fancy Pokemon Ranger games, then they don't actually own a single Pokemon. They just brainwash them into helping them.
Okay, because I was gonna kind of make a joke about how the world seems like if you're if you're a registered trainer, like you get essentially free government stuff in the form of Pokemon centers
But-
and lodging.
But by the same token, to become a ranger, I was kind of headcanoning it that Jay had to take that silly exam that Ash failed,
Yeah.
just to show that he knew enough about Pokemon that he could handle them safely to enter the training program.
Which I would figure that rangers would probably need a form of trainer license, considering what they do.
I'll say they need to have a higher than normal knowledge of Pokemon to be able to. I'll say they're held to a higher standard.
So-
and they have
so-
more responsibilities.
So
than,
You stood in
what,
picture out.
like registered trainers have. You can get away with more stuff because you don't know any better. But if Jay did it, then Jay could actually possibly get in trouble because they're like, you're supposed to know this. You read the manual.
So what I'm hearing is
It's in
he'll
the
be-
Junior Bidoof guide.
What I'm hearing is so he would be able to identify a Jigglypuff as seen from above.
Yes, I am required to know how to identify a Jigglypuff as seen from above.
Jay would actually run the risk of being like scolded if by looking at a Pokemon could not tell their gender.
Why? How come I don't have access to my? You see me clicking,
It was
right?
like,
Yeah.
It was like wait. It was like neither of them have a penis. No.
I have to get that finely honed Brock skill that lets you identify Joys and Jennies by looking at them.
That actually sounds more like a Pokemon breeder thing, but the Rangers might have to dabble into that. I don't know.
I figure they have to at least dabble because you're going to deal with a male Pokemon differently than you deal with a female Pokemon.
Yeah.
Because depending on the species, the male or female is more aggressive.
Yeah. That being said, do you think like the Officer Jenny types have like a special law enforcement license for their Pokemon?
I figure that's probably like with the police, how you have to get a special certification to have to be in the canine unit.
True.
So the Jennies that actually have the Growlithe probably have a certification, i.e., basically a trainer's
Robots
license.
are also deputized.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, in the real world, if you graduate the police academy, you get essentially a certification to enforce law. You get a license to enforce law, basically.
Look at this. All the bad guys go at 0. Awesome.
Mwah.
I've not put in their initials yet, no. But I will put those in. Mouse, I will tell you the fastest of the villains on this map, unfortunately, are the Beedrills.
Not the Beedrills. Not the Beedrills!
Okay, the Beedrills are fast. Muck obviously is slow.
They're in my eyes.
I'm about to say, Ursa Ring is going to be faster than he should be, but that's because of his level.
Yeah. You say that. I remember my Teddy Urso was crazy fast.
Boom! It wanted to hug you real bad.
Well, yeah, that was his deadliest move. It had, I think it was Play Rough, which was a fairy move, and it was shredding through so much stuff.
I'll say, but yeah, I'm like I'll say it does. I'll say he's fast, but he's also high level.
Yeah.
Right. Let's see.
Well, it has to be at least a certain way higher than us level just to become an Ursa Ring. I don't think you can do that to level 30.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this guy is essentially a boss. He is going to be a continual boss.
I say because the Ursa Ring and the Machamp are going to be our two biggest threats here because they both by virtue of being what they are have to be crazy high level.
That's okay. Yeah. I think Alma can use special struggle to deal with them.
Does she not have like a psychic move?
Not yet.
At level 14, she doesn't have a psychic move yet?
Yeah, some psychic Pokemon don't really learn psychic type moves for a while.
I mean, I thought they would have gotten something like very simple and basic.
Well, I mean, I have like Leer.
Alright.
Yeah,
and from breeding, I have Mimic.
Okay.
It's like certain psychic type moves don't really happen until like close to 20 or higher.
I thought there would have been something, one of the low level ones like Psybeam by now.
Yeah, he'll
or was it Confusion?
18 and 20, someone between 18 and 24 will probably learn Psybeam. But I remember having a psychic Pokemon. I was like, yeah, this is gonna be awesome, and you pretty much gotta rough it out.
So by virtue of breeding, Herald is a better psychic type than Alma right now in terms of psychic damage type output.
Well, that also depends on stats.
Yeah. Well, just by virtue of actually having a psychic type move.
Well, that's why I mentioned specifically TK Struggle, as that is technically...
Yeah.
Well, it's not even psychic type. Technically, it's special.
I'd say you have to have the... I forget what the category is, but there's actually... just like Firestarter makes your Struggle Fire type, there's one for psychic.
I think telekinesis does allow you...
No, telekinetic just lets you move stuff.
Oh, no, it allows you to do a struggle attack with it, too.
Well, if it lets you do a struggle attack with it, it should make it psychic type, I think.
I think it just allows you to struggle from a distance.
Yeah, because I copied the text onto the bio. Additionally, the user may use struggle attacks at a range of X or X's focus rank. They deal normal type damage as usual, but they may add their special attack instead of attack.
Because the only ones that change struggle into a type is fire. I'll say Firestarter, Fountain, Freezer,
Guster, Materializer, Telekinetic.
Telekinetic just allows you.
Yeah, Telekinetic is weird because it's the only one that affects your struggle attack but doesn't change its type.
Yeah, I don't know if that's bad writing or I don't know if it's just something they forgot to write in, but that's the only one that doesn't do it. Because I remember when I had Cloyster.
Why the
heck, Cloyster?
Yep, I get Light Screen at 13 and Psybeam at 17.
Okay. Well, even Light Screen's something.
Oh wait, Confusion at 9. Oh.
Like, okay.
Huh.
So yeah, you've got Confusion. There you go.
Like, you didn't realize you had Confusion?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Well, that would be nice.
Good, because that's the one that lets you pick them up and throw them around, apparently.
Apparently.
I mean, Confusion lets you smack them with a Psychic Beam and then hope that they get confused. I'm gonna say Alma with her resistance to fighting type should be able to survive at least a hit or two, depending.
I'd say that's gonna come down to the level equals damage output.
Yeah. I'll say. Now, granted, it's Machamp, so he's gonna hit like a fucking tank.
Exactly.
So, I'm gonna say type advantage should allow you to be able to do something. Keep your distance probably be the best option.
Yeah, well, as we know, this game system and range isn't exactly huge.
Well,
It's not it's not huge, but he has to directly get up in your face in order to do it.
That said, I can tell you from experience, I don't know the range of confusion, but if you ensure that you're within max range at the beginning of your turn, do your attack, and then take your movement to back up.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to kite.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to kite like crazy.
Remember, it can only move but so many hexes in a turn. So you just keep running, and he's just gonna keep running after you. I mean, granted, his move is more than yours, so eventually, within about 4 rounds, he's probably gonna catch up to you.
But in theory, you've done a lot of damage in those 3-4 rounds, hopefully.
Well, thanks to the digestion buff that I think you can use once.
Yeah, digestion buffs work once.
It will be quite a smack for the first hit. Or I guess whenever I want to unleash it.
I'll say the only long-range Pokemon that they have available is Muck, which in essence is like the most.
Oh wait, I get stab bonus.
I'll say Muck is technically the most dangerous Pokemon on this map right now. I'll say because Muck is one of those Pokemon. Like I was looking at the stats and I was like, oh, okay, and because all I essentially did for a lot of these villains that I have is just ported over their sheets, changed their backstories,